Important. 7 words you should never say to others. Lessons from Buddhism. Introduction. The power of words. In Buddhism, words are considered to carry significant power. They can either nurture harmony or create conflict. Words influence not only our external relationships, but also our internal state of mind. This script will explore 7 categories of words that Buddhism advises us to avoid. By understanding and practicing restraint in speech, we can lead a life filled with mindfulness and compassion. Let's dive into these 7 crucial lessons on speech from a Buddhist perspective. Chapter 1. Criticism. Why criticism harms relationships. Criticism often stems from a place of dissatisfaction, either with oneself or others. In Buddhism, criticizing others is seen as a reflection of our own inner turmoil. When we criticize, we not only hurt the person in question, but also degrade our own peace of mind. The Buddha taught that true wisdom comes from understanding, not judgment. When we stop criticizing, we open the door to greater compassion and understanding in our relationships. How to avoid criticism. To avoid criticism, we should practice self-reflection. Instead of focusing on the shortcomings of others, focus on your own actions and intentions. The Buddha emphasized the importance of inner peace and understanding as a way to transform negative thoughts into positive ones. By practicing mindfulness, we can notice when we are about to criticize and instead choose to respond with kindness. Chapter 2. Gossip. The destructive nature of gossip. Gossip may seem harmless, but in Buddhism, it is considered a serious breach of ethical speech. Gossiping erodes trust and sows discord among people. Even when it is done in the name of casual conversation, it can have long-lasting negative effects on relationships. The Buddha taught that we should refrain from idle chatter and instead focus on speaking words that foster understanding and connection. How to avoid gossip. To avoid gossip, one must cultivate a sense of mindfulness about what is being said and why. Before engaging in a conversation, ask yourself whether your words are beneficial to those involved. Are they truthful? Are they kind? Buddhism teaches that mindful speech strengthens bonds and builds trust, while gossip does the opposite, weakening the very fabric of human connection. Chapter 3. Lies. The karma of lying. In Buddhism, truthfulness is seen as one of the cornerstones of ethical living. When we lie, we disrupt the natural harmony in our relationships and accumulate negative karma. Lies, no matter how small, create a dissonance within ourselves and affect our ability to cultivate an honest and open-hearted life. The Buddha taught that we should always strive to speak the truth, but with kindness and sensitivity to others' feelings. Practicing truthfulness. Practicing truthfulness requires mindfulness and intention. Before speaking, consider whether the truth you are about to tell is helpful and kind. Buddhism teaches that truth is not just about facts, but about the intention behind our words. The goal is not to harm, but to communicate with integrity. Speaking truthfully also means being honest with ourselves, which leads to deeper self-awareness and growth. Chapter 4. Complaints. The negative energy of complaining. Complaining often arises from an unfulfilled desire or expectation. In Buddhism, complaining is seen as a form of attachment to dissatisfaction. When we complain, we magnify our own discomfort and spread that negativity to others. The Buddha taught that by practicing gratitude and acceptance, we can transcend the habit of complaining and find peace in the present moment. How to stop complaining. The first step to stopping complaints is to recognize when you are falling into this pattern. Buddhism encourages us to practice mindfulness and gratitude in our daily lives. By focusing on what is going well rather than what is lacking, we can shift our mindset and reduce the urge to complain. This mental shift brings about a sense of contentment and reduces unnecessary suffering. Chapter 5. Blaming Others. The burden of blame. Blaming others is a common reaction when things don't go as planned, but in Buddhism, blame is seen as a form of avoiding responsibility for one's own actions. By blaming others, we place the burden of our dissatisfaction on external factors rather than looking within for solutions. The Buddha taught that self-responsibility is key to personal growth and inner peace. Taking responsibility instead of blaming. Instead of blaming others for our problems, Buddhism encourages us to practice self-responsibility. This means taking ownership of our actions and emotions. When we stop blaming and start looking within, we discover that many of our problems can be resolved through inner work, such as mindfulness and self-compassion. This shift in perspective not only improves our relationships, but also our own sense of well-being. Chapter 6. Insults. The poison of insults. Insults are one of the most direct ways to harm others through words. In Buddhism, using insults is considered highly unwholesome speech because it causes pain to others and disturbs our own peace of mind. The Buddha taught that by insulting others, we sow seeds of discord and create negative karma, which eventually comes back to us in the form of suffering. Avoiding insults and practicing kind speech. To avoid the habit of insulting others, we must cultivate compassion and empathy. Buddhism teaches that by putting ourselves in the shoes of others, we can better understand their struggles and avoid harsh judgment. Practicing kind speech, even in challenging situations, helps create an atmosphere of understanding and peace. This not only benefits others but also helps us grow spiritually. Chapter 7. Revealing others' secrets. The importance of keeping secrets. Revealing someone's private information without their consent is a breach of trust and integrity. In Buddhism, trust is considered a foundation for healthy relationships. When we betray someone's trust by revealing their secrets, we not only harm that person, but also damage our own reputation and relationships. Keeping secrets that were entrusted to us is a key part of maintaining ethical speech. Respecting privacy. Respecting the privacy of others is essential in practicing right speech. Before sharing anything about someone else, consider whether it is your place to do so. The Buddha taught that ethical speech is rooted in mindfulness and compassion. By being mindful of what we say and how it affects others, we build stronger, more trusting relationships and contribute to a more peaceful world. Conclusion: the importance of mindful speech. In Buddhism, speech is one of the most powerful tools we have. It can be used to create harmony or division, peace or suffering. By avoiding the 7 harmful types of speech discussed in this script, criticism, gossip, lies, complaints, blame, insults, and revealing secrets, we can cultivate a life of mindfulness, compassion, and peace. Remember, every word we say leaves a mark, both on others and on ourselves. Let us strive to speak words that heal, not harm.